What is up, guys? Emmanuel Jones here, back at with another video, and this time we'll be doing our Week 9 predictions this week for the NFL season. So last week I went 8-7, which I did almost pretty bad. That's just pretty good. And also, the teams who are on a bye week this week are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Lions, the Seahawks, and Washington. So yeah. So before I get to the video, I'm just gonna let you know, guys, just like and subscribe this channel, and don't forget, to comment down your opinion below to see who are your neat Week 9 picks for this week. So, anyways, we're gonna get started. So I picked the Colts to win 27-17, and I think they won like 45-30. So yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna get started with the rest of the games. Alright, next game. Alright, this game we have the Cleveland Browns versus Cincinnati Bengals. Cincy is favored by 2.5. They look like it's favored by a touchdown. Shoot, I wish this was a pick'em game. This gotta be a pick'em game. But you know what? The reason why it's saying that the Bengals are favored to win because they have a better record than the Browns. But this should have at least been a pick'em game. But you know what? It can go either way though, because both offenses are really good though. But the thing that concerns me is the Odell situation, that the Browns have released him the other day, which that's kind of hurtful. So now the Browns only got Jarvis Landry, David Njoku, and Austin Hooper, Nick Chubb, and Kareem Hunt. I mean, Jarvis Landry is just their only wide receiver they got. Whoa. But the offense could be a little concerning. Now, the defense has been a little inconsistent. I mean, the defense been playing good for like the last couple of weeks, but they've been having to get it all figured out. I mean, here's the thing. Baker really struggled against that Steelers defense. But you know what? I think his arm is kind of below average, and I kind of really think that when you look at when you see about Baker Mayfield, he throws swing passes sometimes. Like that's really causing him to like miss throws and cause him to not make completions, and it's causing the players to miss the catches. So yeah. On the other side of the ball, the Bengals receiving core is really good. I mean, the Bengals offense has been playing good for several weeks. Now, I really know it's been playing good versus the Jets, but you know what? They lost to the Jets, though, because, the Jets defense was able to get pressure on Joe Burrow, and they was able to at least contain Joe Burrow. So, yeah. But you know what? The Bengals defense has been playing really good, like, for the past couple of weeks. I mean, the week before last, it has been. But you know what? It's kind of tough to say because both these two teams gotta bounce back and win. But you know what? I think the Bengals are gonna do. I think both these two teams are gonna do a good job running the ball and passing the ball on early downs. I think they're gonna do this, but I think it's probably gonna be a low scoring game or a high scoring. But I don't really know if the Browns are gonna be able to score 30 points. I mean, Baker Mayfield seemed like I don't really know if he can really make those big time throws, because his arm seems like it's inconsistent because he's been struggling throughout the injury. And that's what's causing him to not get completions from his playmakers. So yeah, so I think this game right here is gonna be super close. But you know what? I got the Browns winning this game because I just kind of feel like that, the Browns are I feel like they're just more talented, and I just really think think that, the Browns defense is going to do a good job stopping the run, and I think their secondary is good, and I think they're going to do a good job covering like the receivers. So yeah. So I'm going to take the Bengals to win. I'm going to take the Browns to win, but I'm going to take plus a 2.5 for Cincinnati because I think they'll keep it close. Because I think Joe Burrow is going to try to keep pace. So I'm going to say Browns win 26-24. So I got the Bengals covering this game, and I got the Browns winning. Hopefully Baker Mayfield has a good game this week. All right, next game we have the Denver Broncos versus the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 10. I mean, I'm going to keep this one a little short. So when you look at both these two teams, they're both all talented. Like, when you look at both offenses, it's very dynamic. And both defenses, I mean, they're really good, but the Broncos defense, I mean, their pass rush might be a little inconsistent due to the Von Miller trade. So, yeah. But I think the Broncos secondary is really good. But you know what? I think the Cowboys on offense, I think they're going to run the ball for over 100 yards because the Broncos defense sometimes struggles against the run. So, yeah. And also, the Cowboys secondary has been playing really good. But you know what? I don't think the Cowboys have enough corners who can cover the Broncos receivers. But I think they do have a really good pass rush. Because I think their run defense, I mean, here's the thing. The run defense is kind of a little inconsistent, but it's not as great. So, yeah. So, I think Dak Prescott, I think he's going to have time. I think the offensive line is going to give Dak Prescott time. So, yeah. So, I think the defense might play really good in this game. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys to win because I think the Cowboys are just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback and the better coach, and they're at home. So, yeah. I'm going to take the Cowboys to win, but I will take the points, though. Because I think they kind of will keep it close, though, because the Broncos defense actually played really well versus Washington last week because they blocked like 2 field goals when Washington try to make one. So yeah, maybe the Broncos defense could play well in this game again. Like, who knows? So I'm gonna say Cowboys win 27-20. So I'm gonna say the Broncos are gonna cover plus the 10 points, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win the game. And I hope Dak Prescott should be able to come back this game. But even if he didn't play, I might go with the Broncos to pull off the upset. All right, next game we have the Houston Texans versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by 6.5. Now I'm not gonna spend too much time on this game because here's the thing: both these two teams are on a 7-game losing streak, and one of them needs to win. But you know what? I wish there could be a pick'em game, but I don't really think so because both these two teams suck. So yeah. Now, when I look at Miami's, when I look at the Dolphins, I mean, their secondary is really good, though. And their offense, I mean, is not as great. I mean, the Dolphins' defense has been a little inconsistent enough. And I think their offense is kind of inconsistent because Tua struggled last week. He struggled last week versus the Bills because the Bills' defense was able to get pressure on Tua. So, yeah. On the other, and also, the Dolphins' defense did not really play really well in that game. But it played really well the first half, but I don't think it played well the second half. And that's when the Bills, started to play really well. But you know what? They've been at least inconsistent, especially without Tua. Because, they've been starting to get a little bit of a blown lead, though, because they should have beaten the Falcons, and they should have beaten the Jags. But you know what? That's okay, but you know what? Now, if Deshaun Watson was playing in this game, if he was on the Dolphins for right now playing with his old team, I mean, I could barely pick the Dolphins though. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, get back on track to end the 7-game losing streak. So I feel like that this is a must win for Miami. I feel like this is a must win for Miami. But if they do not win this game, I'm telling you, their season is done, and I will not pick them for several weeks. But you know what? I think this is the game. I think Tua's gonna have a big game versus Texans, and I think with the Jalen Waddle connection, I think he's gonna have a big game. And Mike Gesicki, yeah, I think Tua's gonna thrive this game. So yeah, and I think the defense should play well this game too. Like put Xavier Howard as a cover, Brandon Cooks. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win, and I will take the Dolphins to cover. So I'm gonna say Dolphins win 34-17. And I'm hopefully that Tua has a good game this week. All right, next game we have the Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints. Saints are favored by 6.5. You know what? I'm gonna keep this one. I'm not gonna spend too much time in this game either because we're gonna go through this stuff. Now, when you look at the matchup, I mean, I feel like it can go either way though because we heard the news that Jameis Winston is out for the season due to a torn ACL, which that's kind of a little bit hurting. It's kind of hurtful for the team, and it's kind of a big deal. But you know what? I think that the defense. Now, when you look at the Saints' defense, it's been playing really good. They was able to knock off Brady, and and their defense, really dominated that game. They was able to at least shut down the Bucks, which the Saints' defense did really good. And absolutely, their offense was really playing really well that game. Now the question is, can they really do that again? Well, maybe they can, but I don't really know who's going to be the Saints quarterback. Either it's going to be Taysom Hill or it's going to be Trevor Siemian. But Trevor Siemian might start, and maybe Taysom Hill might start. But you know what? I'm predicting that both quarterbacks are going to start. So yeah, I'm saying both quarterbacks start. So yeah, but you know what? The Falcons' defense, I mean, their run defense is not great. And although they played really well last week against the Panthers, and they was able to keep it close, but they lost the game. But you know what? Now, the Calvin Ridley situation, I feel like he's not going to play that game. So, yeah. So does that mean that the Saints defense will find a way to step up? Well, maybe they can. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the Saints to win this game because they're at home. And I just think they're just the more talented team. And they have the better coach as well. It don't really matter who's playing quarterback. The Saints are just a better team. And I think they can win without Jameis Winston because they was able to do that. They was able to do that last year. So I think they're going to do it again. So, yeah. I'm going to take the Saints to win. But I'm going to take the points, though. The 6.5. Because I think the Falcons can keep it closer, though. Because Matt Ryan actually played really good. But it was a low-scoring game. Because both teams were struggling, in the first half of the game. Until the second quarter, the Panthers, they were able to score on the Falcons, though, almost 20 points. But you know what? I think that the game's going to be super close this game. But the Falcons can barely pull off an upset, but I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to say Saints win 27-24. So I'm going to take the Falcons to cover the 6.5, but I'm going to take the Saints to win the game. All right, next game. We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New York Giants. Raiders are favored by 3 points. Now, I'm going to keep this one short, though. Now, when you look at this matchup, though, I mean, it could go either way, though, because both these two teams have a really good offense. And both of their defenses, I mean, it's really good. I mean, here's the thing. The Giants' defense has been inconsistent. ball though, their defense really played really well against. They played kind of good versus the Chiefs. It kind of played really well versus the Chiefs, but you know what? Their defense played really well against the Panthers. They was able to shut down Sam Darnold in that Panthers offense. But you know what? I think the Panthers secondary is. I think that the Raiders pass rush is kind of underrated, and I think they can be able to get pressure on Danny Dimes. So yeah, but you know what? It kind of concerns me that Saquon Barkley is not playing. So yeah, so I think that the Raiders defense is gonna come up big because the Giants offensive line has been inconsistent because you know they don't really know how to block. I'm saying they can't really pass block that good. So yeah. So I think that the Raiders defense might have a big game. And I think when you look at the Raiders offense, I mean the Raiders offense has been really well every week. I mean, they were able to make big plays. I mean, yeah, I mean the Henry Ruggs situations kind of feels overwhelming, but you know what? I don't really know if the Raiders do have a number one wide receiver. I mean, Hunter Renfrow can be the difference maker in this game, and so Darren Waller can. And Josh Jacobs can too, because sometimes the Giants' run defense, I mean, it's not as good. So I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a big game. So, yeah. So I just really think that the Raiders' offense is going to have a big game this game. But you know what? When I look at the other side, the Giants' receiving core is really stacked, and their offense is really dynamic when some of these players are playing. But you know what? I think that now the Raiders' secondary is not that special, but they don't really have any corners though. But you know what? I think this game right here is going to be very close. But you know the Giants can barely pull off an upset though because they do have the weapons on offense to move the ball against that Raiders secondary, which it hasn't been all that great. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Raiders to win because I just think the Raiders are just a better team. They have the better coach. They have the better quarterback. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. Well, would I be shocked if the Giants pull off the upset? No, but I can see it happening. But I have to take the Raiders. I mean, I can't trust the Giants right now. So give me the Raiders 27. Give me the Raiders to win 27-22. But I will take the 3 points though, because I think they're gonna keep it closer though. Because the Giants was able to keep it close last week against the Chiefs because you know their offense was starting to play well, their defense was starting to play really well a little bit. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Giants to cover the plus the 3, but I'm gonna take the Raiders to win the game. All right, next game we have the New England Patriots versus the Carolina Panthers. Patriots are favored by 3.5. Now, when I look at this game right here, it could go either way because I call it a trap game because you know both these two teams have a great defense. So yeah, and also Stephon Gilmore is playing against his old team. Now the question is, could we see the Stephon Gilmore revenge game? Well, maybe because here's the thing. The Panthers can match up well with the Patriots really good because they've beaten the Patriots a couple times. Now, since the Panthers have upgraded their secondary, I think they might do a good job covering the Patriots receivers. So yeah. And I think their pass rush is really good. So maybe they can really get after Mac Jones and probably like cause the Patriots offensive line some trouble. Because here's the thing. The Patriots offense has been playing really good. I mean, Mac Jones looked great versus the Chargers. I mean, yeah, that defense was able to step up. They was able to make plays and all that. So yeah. And they was able to like lock down that passing game. So yeah, the question is, can they do that again? Well, maybe. Because here's the thing. The Patriots defense, I mean, it's really good, but it has been a little inconsistent though. Now, when you look at the Patriots secondary, it's one of the most underrated secondaries that they have. But you know what? I think their secondary is good enough to cover the Panthers receivers. So yeah. So I don't really know who's gonna be the difference maker in this game because both these two teams are just filled in with a lot of talent. It's kind of tough to say, but I don't know. Hey, but you know what? When when you look at both these two teams, I think the Patriots have a better offensive line in this game than the Panthers do because the Panthers' offensive line is really not as great. I mean, for the past few weeks, they've been on a losing streak because, they were inconsistent. But you know what? I think Sam Darnold played well in that game last week. But I don't really know if he can do it again. Which I understand the game's in Carolina, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots because I just feel like the Patriots defense is a lot better, and I think they're going to find a way to stop the run and give the Panthers offensive line some issues. So yeah, and I think their secondary is good enough to cover the Panthers receiver. So maybe we can put J.C. Jackson to cover Robbie Anderson, and maybe Jonathan Jones. I mean, he's out for the season, so I don't know if they have another cornerback. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna have enough corners to cover all the receivers. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Patriots to go ahead and win this game, but I'm gonna go ahead and take plus a 3.5 because I think the game's gonna be super close, and I think they can keep it close though because Sam Darnold, he plays well in the game, and sometimes Mac Jones plays well in the game. But would I be shocked if Carolina had won? No, but I just kind of feel like the Patriots will win because they got the better coach in this game. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and say Patriots win 31-27. So yeah, I'm going to take the Panthers to cover plus a 3.5, but I'm going to take the Patriots to win the game. All right, next game, we have the Buffalo Bills versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Buffalo Bills is favored by 14.5. Ooh, wow, favored by a touchdown. Now, I'm going to keep this one short, though, because here's the thing. Now, last week, the Bills and Dolphins game, the Bills offensively were struggling, though, to score a touchdown. They didn't really score a touchdown until, the second half. I mean, it's been a low-scoring game, and it was kind of sloppy in the first half. I mean, the second half was very awesome, where the Bills were able to get off the win, and the defense was able to play well in the game and create pressure to stop Tua. So, yeah. Now, Jacksonville has been a little inconsistent, though. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been not great. So, yeah. But you know what? I kind of feel like that Urban Meyer is going to be on the hot seat. So, yeah. I take the Bills to win because Bills are just a better team. They have the better quarterback and a better coach. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Bills to win. I'm going to say Bills win 35-13. So I'm going to take the Bills to win, and I'm going to take the Bills to easily cover and automatically destroy Jacksonville. All right, next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are favored by -6. You know what? This game right here is going to be very fun to watch with because both purple teams are playing against each other. Now, when you look at the matchup now, here's the thing. Both these two teams are very talented on both sides of the ball. Now, when I look at the Vikings offense is like vanilla. Like it's been inconsistent a little bit because here's the thing. We understand that Kirk Cousins is playing really good, but it's just been inconsistent though. And the defense has been a little bit inconsistent as well, which it played really well last week. they was able to create pressure, which their defense played a little outstanding in the game. So yeah. And then on the other side of the ball, the Ravens are coming off a bye. Because when I look at the Ravens now, here's the thing. The Ravens played really well versus the Bengals in the first half until when the second half come, they wasn't able to play well. Because here's the thing. The Ravens defense did not play well in this game. They wasn't containing Joe Burrow, and and they didn't stop Jamar Chase. So yeah. And Lamar absolutely struggled in this game. But I don't really know about the turnovers, but we already knew he got sacked 5 times in the game. So yeah, so it kind of depends on who's going to be the difference maker in this game. Because both these two teams are very talented. Because both these two teams have a great defense and a great secondary, which is kind of tough to say. Now, we can see the Vikings pulling off an upset because of Kirk Cousins and that offense being good. But you know what? I can't take the Vikings no more because, they've been starting to lose. Now, here's the thing. They've been competitive, and like the Vikings have been competitive in some of their games, but they haven't been competitive of being the winner in some of their games. So yeah, so on the other side of the ball, I think the Ravens defense is gonna play well this game, but I don't really think they're gonna stop Kirk Cousins as much because Kirk Cousins, what he does, he gets rid of the ball quickly, and Lamar gets rid of the ball quickly too. Because we already know the Vikings on defense are very soft. So that means I think that I think Lamar will have time. So yeah. And I feel like that Marquise Brown is gonna be the big difference maker in this game. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Ravens to win because they're at home and they're just are the better team and they have the better quarterback and better coach. So yeah, so I kind of feel like Mike Zimmer is on a hot seat right now, and I feel like it's time for Minnesota to get a new coach because I think their season's done. But you know what? I think they do keep it close though. But I wouldn't be shocked if Minnesota won. But I don't know if I would be surprised. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Ravens to win 30-27. But I'm gonna take the 6 though because I think they do keep it close though. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say the Vikings do cover this game. So I'm gonna say the Vikings do cover plus the 6, but I'm gonna take the Ravens to win the game. All right, next game we have the LA Chargers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Chargers are favored by 1.5. Now this game right here is kind of interesting though because when it says 1.5, the Chargers got to be favored to win by a lot. I don't know why it says 1.5. That's kind of weird. Now, when I look at the Chargers, the Chargers has been a little bit inconsistent lately because they lost 2 straight games. I mean, he's been getting shut down every week a little bit. While the Eagles, they've been getting shut down every week too. But you know what? The Eagles' defense actually played really well last week. And then their offense played really well last week against the Lions. So, yeah. But you know what? When I look at the Chargers on offense are really good because they're great at running the ball. Austin Eckler has been a beast. And they're great at passing the ball is really good. I mean, Mike Williams has been a beast too. Now, when I look at the defense is a little bit concerning because they just outside of Joey Bosa, they don't have a lot of good edge rushers, and totally their secondary has been great as well. I mean, the Chargers defense played a little good last week, but it didn't play well enough to win against the Patriots. So yeah, so I kind of feel like this game right here is going to be very interesting, but it could go a little bit either way. But I don't really know. But you know what? Jalen Hurts has been a little inconsistent, and he's really not an aggressive thrower than Justin Herbert is. So, yeah. And the Eagles' offensive line is not good, so I feel like Joey Bosa is gonna come up big and like create a sack and all that. So yeah, and also I'm gonna take the Chargers. I mean, they're all, and also the Chargers offensive line. It's been playing really well lately though, but it hasn't been the past couple weeks. But you know what? I think that the Eagles defense. I mean, the Eagles are very soft on defense, so I feel like that the Chargers will do a good job running the ball and passing the ball. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chargers to win because they have the better coach, they have the better quarterback, and they're just a more complete team. So I'm gonna take the Chargers to win, and I'm gonna take the Chargers to cover. But I don't think there's no way the Eagles are gonna cover this game because here's the thing: the Eagles are not good. So yeah, so I say the Chargers win like 34-16, like a close game, something like. I mean, I just don't know it's gonna be closer though, because if long as Jalen Hurts is gonna play good, then I think they do keep it close. But I just think the Chargers are gonna score a lot of points, and I don't think the Eagles are gonna be able to do enough offensively to keep up with Herbert. So I got the Chargers winning this game, and I got the Chargers covering. All right, I need to get some water for this before I start the next one. All right, next game we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 7.5. Now, the reason why the Chiefs are favored to win this game is because here's the thing: Aaron Rodgers is not going to play this game because we already heard the news saying that Aaron Rodgers has COVID, so he's inactive for this game. But now they're going to start Jordan Love. Now when I look at the matchup now, here's the thing: the Chiefs secondary is really not as great. I mean, their pass defense has not been great recently. So yeah, but you know what? I think the Packers do have the weapons on offense to move the ball against this Chiefs defense, which I think Devontae Adams, I think he's gonna try to go off a little bit, and I think Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon will go off. So yeah, so the Packers offense could have success in this game. Now, on the other hand, the Chiefs on offense, they have an issue though, because the Chiefs still haven't solved it yet. I mean, they've been starting to turn the ball over a lot every week. I mean, this is when they start getting intercepted, and when they start fumbling and losing the fumble. That's what's starting to make the Chiefs offense look bad. So yeah, because on the other side, the Chiefs defense, I mean, it actually played kind of good like like the past couple weeks. I mean, here's the thing. Now, the Chiefs defense played really well this game against Daniel Jones, because here's the thing. Because Daniel Jones was sacked on 3rd and long, and then when the Giants went for it on 4th down, he was sacked on fourth and long, and they didn't. And that kind of cost the Chiefs to win the game, because the Chiefs were up 20-17. Now, in order for the Chiefs to at least win this game, they're going to have to at least come up with a good game plan. Because if they don't come up with a good game plan, they're probably not going to have a chance to win. Now, I think the Chiefs offense is going to have to at least play well this game. And I think they're going to have to protect the football more in the game. Now, if they can play really well defensively and contain Jordan Love and forcing him not to get rid of the ball a lot, I think the Chiefs might have a chance winning. But here's the thing. Now, I kind of feel like the Packers defense is so underrated, and they could really cause the Chiefs offense some problems. But you know what? I think this game right here is going to be super close than we think it is, but I don't know. Because when you look at the Chiefs offense is really good in their defense. I mean, it's not as been great, but I think the Chiefs defense is gonna play well this game against Jordan Love. Because here's the thing, Jordan Love's really not an aggressive downfield thrower. Because I watched in the preseason. When I watched in the preseason, he looked awful. So yeah, so I don't think the Packers are gonna get it done. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here to win. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna give the Chiefs one more last chance to win this game. And if they don't, I will not pick them for a month. So yeah. So I got the Chiefs upsetting. I got the Chiefs winning an upset alert. I'm gonna say with the Chiefs winning 27-23. I just kind of felt like with Aaron Rodgers being out, it's kind of hurts their team a little bit. So yeah. So both offenses could have a big game though, because I kind of feel like both offenses do have a big game. So yeah. So I think they're gonna try to thrive each other. So yeah. So if long as the Chiefs doesn't turn the ball over much, then I think they have a chance to win. And also as long as the defense plays really well. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say the Packers are gonna cover this game, and I'm gonna say the Niners are gonna win. I mean, no, I'm gonna say the Packers. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win, but I'm gonna take the points though, because I think they do keep it close though. Because I think Jordan Love, I think he's gonna try to play well this game too. So I think he's gonna. So I think it's gonna be a low scoring game as well. So yeah. So I think, but I don't really know if both these teams will score 30 points. So yeah, it's kind of tough for me to say, but I just really think that they could keep it close with both offenses being dynamic. But I don't really know if it's going to be a high scoring game, because if Aaron Rodgers is playing, then I think they might keep it close. But if he doesn't play, then I'm guessing that it could be a blowout, but I don't know. I mean, as long as the Chiefs defense plays good and the Chiefs offense plays good at protecting the ball, then I think they might have a chance to get their season back on track. So yeah, so I'm gonna say the Chiefs win 27-23. So yeah, so I got the Chiefs winning. I mean, I got the Packers covering plus the 7.5, but I'm picking the Chiefs to win the game. And I'm hoping that Patrick Mahomes ends his turnover struggles and hoping that he can play well this game. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus San Francisco 49ers. This is a pick'em game because the game can go either way, so any team can just win this game. And there's no spread here. So yeah, so when you look at this matchup, now we don't really know if Kyler Murray's gonna play this game because Kyler Murray got injured by the end of the game last week against the Packers, because that's when he threw an interception. Now, we don't really know if he's going to be able to play this game. And I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins will play either, because some of the Cardinals' offensive weapons are probably like not going to. We don't really know if they're going to play yet or not. So, yeah. So, I think what the Niners defense should do, they're going to have to come with a good game plan. So, I think they're going to have to find a way to, like, shut down Kyler Murray and all that, and shut down the entire offense. So, yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to be betting on this game. So, yeah, because the Niners actually played really well last week against the Bears, because the defense was playing outstanding in this game, and the offense was playing great in this game, because the second half they didn't really play well. So, yeah. So, that can go a little either way, though, because here's the thing. If Kyler Murray plays, then I might go with the Cardinals. But if he does not play, then I'm probably going to go with the Niners. But I don't really know when he's going to come. So, yeah. So, I think with both red teams playing is really fun. So, yeah. But it's kind of a tough one to choose, but I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers, because I just really think the Niners are just... I just feel like they're just more talented. And I just feel like their offense it's built around. So, yeah. So, I'm just gonna take the Niners to win this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Niners win 33 to 27. So yeah, but I don't really know. So I think some of my high scoring games, something like that. All right, next game we have the Tennessee Titans versus the LA Rams. Rams are favored by 7.5. Now I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because here's the thing. Now the big news is that Derrick Henry is out for this. Is gonna miss. He's gonna miss a lot of time playing. So yeah. Now when you look at the Titans, they're great at running the ball, and also they just signed Adrian Peterson to the practice squad, and then they just added him to replace Derrick Henry, which that was a great replacement. Now the Titans defense, it's been a little bit inconsistent though, but the Titans defense has been playing a little good recently. And now with the Rams getting Von Miller, I think the Rams defense is going to be really good. Now, when I look at this matchup, I just don't think the Titans are going to match up well. The Rams really good. So, yeah, I think the Rams offense is going to have a big day that game. So, yeah, and I think Big Ben I think the Rams offense, and I think Matthew Stafford's going to have a big game. But, so, yeah. But you know what? Their secondary is really good, which I think they can find a way to. I think Ramsey is going to find a way to see who he's going to cover. Right? He's going to cover OBJ. I mean, either he's going to cover A.J. Brown or maybe Julio. So, yeah. So I think this offense and this defense will be the difference maker in this game. So, yeah. So, I don't really know if the Titans are going to be able to do enough offensively because, the Rams on defense are smart enough and their offense is kind of smart enough. So, yeah, so I feel like that, they get pressure and all that, and I think they find a way to blitz and play really good pass defense. So, yeah. So, I'm going to, go ahead and just take the Rams to win, but I'm going to take the points, though, with the 7.5 because I think they do keep it closer, though, because, the Titans have been playing well recently, though, because their offense has been starting to play well. I mean, defense is starting to play well. Now, here's the thing. When I look at the Colts and Titans game, I mean, here's the thing. Now they got into overtime last week, and the Titans won by a touchdown, and that caused them to win. So, yeah. So, when you look at the matchup, it's kind of difficult, though. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams to win because the Rams are a better team. They're at home. They have the better quarterback and the better coach. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Rams to win. But I'm going to say Rams win 31-24. So, yeah. I'm going to take the Rams to win, but I'm going to take the points, though. I'm going to take the Titans with this 7. Well, I'm going to say they cover the 7.5. And I'm going to say the Chiefs win the game. And I'm going to say the Rams win the game. So, yeah. All right, next game we have Chicago Bears versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are favored by -6.5. I'm going to keep this one short, though, because here's the thing. Now, the Bears brought back Matt Nagy, which that's good. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Steelers' defense has been playing really well because they was able to create pressure on Baker Mayfield and all that. So, yeah. But you know what? The Steelers, a couple weeks ago, did a good job running the football. So, yeah. So, the question is that could they be able to do this again? Well, maybe, because the offense played really well. But I don't know about the defense, though. Now Steelers' defense has been playing really good recently, though. On the other hand, the side of the ball, I mean, the Bears are just not good. I mean, here's the thing. The Bears are not really good at stopping the run or play really good pass defense. So I kind of feel like Najee Harris finds a way to run the ball. I mean, I think he finds a way to run the ball now. Because that the Bears, And on the other hand, the Bears secondary is very weak because they're not good at stopping the pass and all that. So yeah. So I think the Steelers with Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool, I think they're gonna have a big game, and so is Eric Ebron. And I think the Steelers are gonna try to find a good job running the ball. So I feel like the Steelers offensive line is gonna have to like play well this game and dominate. So yeah, but I wouldn't be shocked if they kept this game close, but I don't really know because I don't think the Bears match up well. The Steelers really good. So I think the Steelers defense finds a way to get a win here. I think they're gonna find a. I think they're gonna find a way to stop Justin Fields and all that. Like I said, this is a rookie playing against a really good defense like the Steelers, which that's really not good. So yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers here because they're the better team. They have the better quarterback, better coach, and they're a more complete team. So I'm gonna take the Steelers to win, but I'm gonna say I might take the 6.5, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Steelers to win 34-20, something like that. Which I think this game right here will be. I think it will be much closer, but I don't think it's gonna be close enough because Justin Fields has been struggling a lot. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Steelers to win 34-20, something like that. So I'm gonna go at now when I look at the Steelers deep. When I look at the Steelers secondary, it has been great though. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Steelers to win, but I'm gonna take the Steelers to cover. Well, all right, guys, that's all of my week 9 predictions. So yeah, so don't forget to just comment my video and like and subscribe to my channel for more options. If you disliked my video, let me know. So yeah. So I think with the deep. So yes. So if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below what you think your prediction, what your week 9 prediction is. So yeah. Well, thanks for watching. It's Mail P. Jones. It's Mail P. Jones. It's Mail Jones from Big Fan. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.